Dear readers, from now, we are going to start reading the book with the help of technique. I am sure all you will feel the touch of each of the words written in this book. This is a real journey of our life and we all are doing the best part for it. Please do remember your favorite goddess and god so that you will feel a different touch of the book. I pray to Lord Shri Balaji Maharaj for blessed you all. Pariche, right knowledge is the right beginning for everything we do. In life, every person has to fulfill his responsibilities in some form or the other. To fulfill the obligation in the life of every person, it becomes necessary to use three types of steps. First are the basic needs. Second are personal desires, and third is the achievement of a goal in life, which is called a dream. Also called in the last 100 years, the speed with which the population has increased. At the same speed the facilities have also established their empire. If we go back to about 200 years ago and see the picture of the world, then life used to run at a normal pace. Every person used to lead his life in a simple way. Facilities and means of happiness were available only with a limited number of people, whom at that time people used to consider them as their overlord or king. Mainly the one who was full of wealth, he used to get the general public under his control by the allurement of his wealth. Time, period, and situation do not always remain the same. Slowly machines started taking birth. Many types of civilizations started collapsing, and new civilizations started taking birth. Gradually, one civilization started merging with another, due to which a mixed civilization was born. In the civilization in which the types of work used to be done earlier, they started changing their form. In such a situation, a large section had to go on a journey to supply their basic needs. If we look at the materialistic era today, then about 80% of the world's population is struggling for their basic needs. Today, where on the one hand the means of employment have become limited, on the other hand the number of educated youth is increasing. Everyone has to struggle for the supply of their basic needs first. On one hand the supply of resources is increasing while on the other hand it is becoming difficult to get them. Resources have been aggregated in such a way that 5% of the world's people have 95% of the resources available, and 95% are trying their best to get 5% of the resources. Today a similar environment has been created in almost every country. But despite having the option in front of them, they are not able to take advantage of it. Friends, it is absolutely true that due to mechanization, now minimum work is left with humans to do physically. But it is also true that living life has become very easy in today's era. We have to look at this changing era with a new perspective, only then we will be able to build the future. For this, we have to discuss some such points which are completely in sync with our normal life and can also become good livelihood options for us. Our sources of livelihood have evolved today in the same way as they were available many years ago. But due to being in contact with a mixed economy and narrow-mindedness for a long time, we are unable to understand ourselves. To understand our livelihood in true sense, we must first know that, what items do you see as your basic needs? What things do we need in or know even used? Even then our life can go on smoothly. Only after discussing these topics seriously, we can determine our livelihood and the collection of money received by it. In today's fast-paced era, it seems a difficult task to understand any new subject and to concentrate on it. For this, it is absolutely necessary for us to be mentally healthy. We are in dire need of evaluating our personal lives today. Along with this, it has become mandatory to learn the changing environment in the society. The way earlier most of the work before us was done in a very simple way, we used to train ourselves for the same. In the same way, in today's modern era, we need innovation under the changing environment, for which we have to train ourselves and also promote our education. Once again we will have to do our educational journey, that is, what kind of education we had received and how much justification is left for it today. For example, about 100 years ago, bullock carts, tongas, etc. were available for a common man to travel. He used the bicycle as his exclusive vehicle. With the development of machines, this cycle first turned into a scooter and then into a motorcycle. Earlier four-wheelers used to be available to very special and wealthy people, but now slowly they have started coming to middle-class families as well. If we look at a normal family today, then a four-wheeler is also available with them. This means that the standard of living of an ordinary person has become more developed than before. This situation is not limited only to the cities, but our rural residents are also enjoying these facilities. Even after being so developed, most of the people are still struggling for their livelihood as before. The only fundamental reason behind their struggles is their inability to train themselves in the right sense. They still feel that this training is not going to give them any benefit and it has become their lifestyle now, so they want to keep themselves in the same situation. If we ask an ordinary person who is doing even a very small work, then we come to know that he is satisfied with his life. He says that now his next generation will see this work and get trained. You will be surprised to know that the main reason behind this is not what we have put before you, but the reason behind it is completely different from this. Through the introduction, only those things have been kept in front of you, which will force you to think once again that how our life is really going on. The condition of almost every country in the whole world is the same. Barring a few countries, people living in most of the countries of the world seem to be struggling for their livelihood. Because we live in India, we get distracted seeing the condition of our own country. We are also presented in such a way that India appears to be a poor and uneducated country. Friends, India is still included in the series of high-level prosperous countries. But its image has been tarnished in many ways so that our mentality also suffers as it has been done in a planned manner. When you start reading the next chapters, you will understand what kind of image India used to have and how strong India's position has become in every field today. At the end of the introduction, I would like to make only one request to you, that you will get benefit from reading this entire book only when you read it with an unbiased attitude. It is very important for you to be unbiased because this will give you proper guidance and you will understand in very simple words what the coming future wants to indicate us. With the belief that you want to save your life yourself, I would like to take your permission with humble request so that the first chapter can be started. Thank you friends for listening to the introduction completely. This book is an attempt to present a realistic lifestyle through which you will be able to find the right path to make your life progressive. Friends, if you want to get a copy of this book, you can fill the form by pressing the link given in the description, so that this book can be made available to you in your own language. You are also requested that if you are benefited from this book, then you must share it with 5 of your friends. Make sure to subscribe to make this channel yours forever.